Hi, guys. Welcome to this week's Frugal News. This week it's all about Thanksgiving. So, in the United States, Thanksgiving is about 2 weeks away. And one thing I'm always thinking about is how much am I going to spend? I try to be really frugal week to week, only buying exactly what I need for that week's meals. But Thanksgiving is a little bit different. I want to remember Thanksgivings of the past, and maybe I'm thinking about turkey, or I'm thinking about maybe a bottle of wine, something a little bit different than my usual week to week shopping. So I'm sure a lot of people are thinking about the same things. How do I make this Thanksgiving special, but still stick to my food budget? So this week, let's look at some of the frugal news and some tips on how you can save a little bit money this Thanksgiving. So CNBC put out a news article that sadly says it could be cheaper to dine out on Thanksgiving this year. And that is just horrible news because I don't want to dine out on Thanksgiving. But they do talk about some bad news this year. Prices are much higher than they were last year. The price of eggs is up 43%. The cost of turkey is up, potatoes, sauces and gravies, apples, hams, and just about everything has gone up this year. So we're faced with a little bit higher prices and more of a challenge if you're a frugal person just trying to stick to your budget. So in a recent survey, what are Americans doing to set off the cost of inflation? They're looking for more deals and discounts. They seek out stores that offer the lowest prices. They're purchasing generic store brand products, looking for alternatives to low cost choices. And they might even be going by with fewer food or fewer ingredients, fewer dishes. So Americans are really thinking, how are we going to offset all of this? But that is kind of the bad news of this week's news. But on the good news is that stores are really trying to help us out. So Walmart and Aldi, they are rolling back prices to last year's prices. So that is a really nice thing. You're going to find some cheaper alternatives for things like turkey and pecans, and cranberries, onions, pie crust, baby carrots, and Aldi is also rolling back their prices as well. So that's some good news that some of the major stores in America are trying to help us out and not make this holiday too gruesome at the checkout. And if you happen to be new on food stamps, I love this article, just kind of reminding maybe people that haven't used food stamps before exactly how it can be used for Thanksgiving. So food stamps in America, you are able to buy things that are not already prepared. So you can buy fresh fruits and vegetables, breads and cereals, non-alcoholic beverages. You can buy some turkey, some mix, some rolls. Lot of options. And just a reminder of what you can't buy. You can't buy meat that's already cooked, a hot turkey breast, and you can't buy alcohol. So there are a lot of options. If you happen to be on food stamps, and maybe this is a really tough year, Just remember, you're going to be doing a lot of home cooking, so there are some options out there to make your lives just a little bit easier. And planning for the big day. So it's easy to get overwhelmed, I think, with thinking I need to cook an entire turkey. And you don't have to. You can opt for a chicken. There are a few different options rather than going all out with that big turkey bird. And a reminder to be ruthless with your menu. Kind of thinking, what exactly do I need? Do I need, the most wonderful bread pudding ever that you saw somebody making a video about? Do you need fancy hors d'oeuvres? Just kind of really thinking about what your budget is and what you're willing to spend and what you need and what you don't need. Stretching out your booze budget. So alcohol is usually served at Thanksgiving, and really thinking about what do you need? Do you need the expensive wine, or can you just get by with a $6 bottle of wine? You could even make a punch to stretch out your budget a little bit more, or just have everybody bring their own alcoholic beverages. Just really offset that entirely if you're the one that's hosting the party. And I love the last one, don't be a hero. It's easy to go overboard and just try to make it the most perfect dinner ever just to wow your guests, but sometimes just the most simple foods, turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, corn casserole. People aren't probably going to remember all the food that they ate. They're probably going to remember your company more than anything else. So here's your reminder: don't be a hero. I love that sentiment. And a few more tips. This is similar to the other article that I found. This one's from USA Today. Skip the turkey if you can. Go for a roast chicken. Focus on smaller portions. I think that's a really, really good concept, because everybody wants to taste just a little bit of everything. And I don't need to fill my plate halfway with turkey. I want to try a little bit of turkey, a little bit of corn, and just make sure I taste all the flavors. So just have smaller portions. I think that would be easier on your budget, and you don't have so many leftovers. And with that theme, you could even make smaller pies this Thanksgiving. So one of the things about pies is, you end up making some pies and then you have so many leftovers. And I love this idea of making a smaller pie. So rather than a 9-inch pie, you could make a smaller 6-inch pies. And the author here says that they go for pies that are 5.5 or 6 inches. And if you've never purchased those before, the author says that you can find them in a variety of different stores in glass, ceramic, aluminum, or you could even just create your own with some disposable foil. And what's amazing is the author says you can just take your regular pie recipe and just divide the dough between 2 of the smaller pie plates, and it works out perfectly, is what the author says. And just divide up the filling between the 2. And I think that's a really, really good way to go. And you could have more variety with the smaller pies. Instead of having one 9-inch that's a huge pecan pie and one that's a pumpkin pie, you can mix it up and have a little little more variety, and hopefully you'll be stuck with fewer leftovers at the end. And going back to the USA Today article, avoid the trends. Apparently, butterboards are taking over TikTok, and it's easy to just get caught up in the excitement of the holiday. So I really love this reminder. Don't be too trendy. Don't go overboard. Don't make this holiday difficult. Avoiding the trends. I think that's a really good reminder. Don't buy pre-made sides. Use what you already have. Opt for a potluck style Thanksgiving. I think this is a really good idea. Just because you're hosting the dinner doesn't mean that everybody can't bring something. Take the weight off of you, and doesn't mean it has to be so stressful. And I think that's just a really neat way to do a Thanksgiving. You can focus on being the host and, decorating and stuff like that, but you don't have to be the one that cooks up everything. And think about how you're shopping. Be strategic with your shopping. Always a good thing to remember. So I hope all of these tips were helpful for you. And if you're in America celebrating the holiday, I hope you have a really great Thanksgiving. And thank you for watching. And I will see you guys next time.